Something very interesting happened earlier this month in Himachal Pradesh. The Congress Chief Minister announced that the salaries of the state government employees would be coming on the 5th of every month from now onwards, and the pensions would go out on 10th. Originally, this used to happen on the 1st of every month for both the salaries and the pensions. Now, why did he make that statement? In his understanding, the state government was required to take an advance loan from the market at a rate of about 7.5% to deposit the salaries and the pensions on the 1st of every month. And by postponing the salaries and the pensions to 5th and 10th respectively, they wanted to save money. Ironically, perhaps, it was the same Chief Minister who in May 2024 proudly claimed that 1.36 lakh employees were being given pensions under the old pension scheme. Today we are going to talk about one of the biggest reforms introduced in the third tenure of the Modi government, the Unified Pension Scheme. Said to benefit about 23 lakh government employees, it could potentially benefit 90 lakh government employees once it's embraced by the state. But what really sets apart the Unified Pension Scheme from its predecessors, the NPS and the OPS, is what we are going to break down today. When you think UPS, think a short pension. Under UPS, the last 12 months average basic pay, 50% of it would qualify as the monthly pension with eligibility criteria for 25 years. However, if one has served at least 10 years, they would qualify for a minimum pension of Rs 10,000. While this was not the case with NPS, where the employee's contribution was invested in market securities and the pension amount was driven by their investments in the market and how the market behavior was. So you think UPS, you think assured pension, you think NPS, you think non-assured pension. UPS also comes with this one clause where in the case of an unfortunate demise of the employee, their family would be guaranteed 60% of their pension, as was the case in OPS where a family pension was guaranteed. Now some of you may wonder, what's the difference between OPS and UPS? They largely sound the same. No. Under OPS, the employee wasn't supposed to make a contribution, the government took care of the entire contribution. Under NPS, 10% employee contribution, 14% government contribution. But under UPS, the employee contribution stays the same at 10%, the government contribution goes up to 18.5%. Now clearly, the OPS did not have any contributions from the employee, which meant for the government it was a pay-as-you-go mechanism, which means that whatever money the government was earning in a specific financial year, it is from that money the government had to pay the pensions. In FY23, the recorded expenditure for the government on pensions was in excess of Rs 2 lakh crore. To give you some perspective, the government expenditure on Ayushman Bharat, the world's biggest healthcare program benefiting 50 crore people until January 24, since its inception, was only Rs 80,000 crore. Another example, Jal Jeevan Mission, more than 14 crore tap water connections, around 60 crore people benefiting, and yet between FY19 and FY24, the total expenditure on that entire program was Rs 3.6 lakh crore. It's not about the money here, it's about the burden on the government alone under the OPS, which would have been a death knell for a lot of states when it came to fiscal health. And that is why the Himachal example in the beginning was important. But it's not about Himachal Pradesh alone. How many of you recall that right before the national elections of 2024, the Karnataka Chief Minister under the Congress was launching a protest in Delhi against tax devolution, saying that the tax revenue from some states was being diverted to other states? A classic way to create a regional divide perhaps. You've seen what's going on in Punjab, large number of subsidies, perpetual debt, and a constant request to the centre for a moratorium or a debt waiver. So going forward, we need to understand that the differentiation between OPS, NPS and UPS is not just how it benefits the employees, which UPS does. It's also about how it becomes a fiscal viable solution to the state governments as well. So when you think UPS, you're thinking fiscally viable, fiscally sustainable, and fiscally better for the state governments including Punjab, Himachal Pradesh or even Karnataka. But when you look at the employee perspective, you're looking at an assured pension, you're looking at an assured pension for their families, you're looking at greater contribution from the government. So all in all, to sum it up, UPS combines the best of OPS and NPS, and this is what the Modi government has been all about.